Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. For those of you just joining us, I'm Richard. Follow me and start your investing journey with Richard now. So, a lot of young people dream about working super hard for a while, saving up a bunch of money, and then hitting the retirement button early. Sounds great. Right. But is this dream actually achievable? Well, the one and only Warren Buffett actually gave it a try himself. Let's rewind to a time when Buffett decided to step back. His wife, Susan, was absolutely thrilled. Finally, her husband would have more time for the family. In her view, making money shouldn't be the ultimate goal in life. Having enough is sufficient. There are so many things in life that money can't measure, like the bonds between family members. But here's the twist. The retirement plan ultimately fell through. After closing his investment partnership, Buffett converted his cash into shares of companies like Berkshire Hathaway and blue chip stamps. The idea was simple. Let these companies work to generate his pension. It was a solid plan in theory, but reality had other ideas. Remember blue chip stamps? It was in the trading stamp business. But around the end of 1971, President Nixon took the U.S. off the gold standard, which led to soaring prices. People started pinching pennies, wanting to buy the cheapest items directly. They began to see discount coupons as gimmicky. Almost overnight, Blue Chip's business model became outdated, and its stock price plummeted by half. This was terrible news for Buffett. If Blue Chip stamps went under, where would his retirement income come from? So, he teamed up with his partner Charlie Munger to brainstorm a rescue plan. Their solution: they decided to follow a similar playbook to the one they used for Berkshire Hathaway. Save the company by using its funds to buy other businesses and create new streams of value. This led them to seize Candies. The company's second-generation leader had passed away, and his brother, who inherited it, had zero interest in running the business. He was eager to find a new owner. Munger, being a longtime Californian, knew all about C's famous reputation for using high-quality ingredients. Their candies were a holiday staple, a guaranteed hit as a gift for Christmas or Valentine's Day. Munger convinced Buffett that C's had a powerful brand, a moat, that would be incredibly difficult for any competitor to challenge. There was just one big problem: the price. According to the classic Benjamin Graham value investing principles Buffett revered, the company's hard assets were only worth about $5 million. A good price with a margin of safety would have been around $3 million. But the asking price was a whopping $30 million. It felt like robbery. However, an associate of Munger's, Ira Marshall, argued passionately that you couldn't be stingy when buying a wonderful business. He said that intangible factors like the company's quality and customer loyalty were priceless advantages that few companies ever achieve. Buffett and Munger thought about it and realized, hey, that makes sense. After some tough negotiation, they ended up paying $25 million for C's Candies, a price that would have made the traditional Graham-based Buffett wince, and placed it inside the struggling blue chip stamps. Buffett later remarked that buying C's was like buying a bond that yielded 9% annually. Even better, it had what he called pricing power, the ability to raise prices slightly, which could boost profits significantly without losing customers. This turned out to be a fantastic move. The previous owner was happy to cash out, and the existing management stayed on to run the company smoothly. For a while, Buffett, with his famous love for sweets and Coca-Cola, was enthralled with his new toy. He sent boxes of C's Candies to friends, enthusiastically recommending them. He even wrote long letters to the company's operational manager, full of ideas about expanding stores nationwide and crafting the perfect advertising slogan. But thankfully for the manager, Buffett's intense, hands-on interest was usually short-lived. He soon realized that while he enjoyed owning a great candy company, he had no desire to manage it day-to-day. He settled back into his preferred role, a shareholder who simply collected the profits and read the financial reports. So, Buffett's attempt at a traditional retirement stepping away completely was short-lived. While he no longer managed money for outside clients, he needed intellectual challenges. He couldn't just sit still. He soon found a new passion: the media business. He was particularly drawn to newspaper publishing. He even got directly involved in story selection and investigative journalism. One famous investigation he supported involved a local charity called Boys Town. Buffett and reporters from the Omaha Sun uncovered that a large portion of the donations meant for homeless children were actually going into the pockets of the managers. Their exposé caused a sensation, led to reforms, and even won a Pulitzer Prize, the equivalent of an Oscar in journalism. For Buffett, newspapers were the perfect business. They satisfied his sense of justice, allowed him to spread his investment ideas, and provided a stable cash flow. It was a win-win-win. He and Munger went on an acquisition spree, trying to build a small newspaper empire, though they found it difficult to buy major metropolitan papers at prices they deemed sensible. So, what's the takeaway from Buffett's retirement chapter? The dream of early retirement isn't about stopping work entirely. It's about achieving financial independence, the point where your investments generate enough passive income to cover your living expenses. This is the core idea behind the FIRE, financial independence, retire early movement. When you have that security, you gain the freedom to choose what you do with your time. You can work on projects you love, like Buffett did with newspapers, without worrying about the paycheck. The story of buying See's Candies marks a pivotal evolution in Buffett's investment philosophy, a lesson every investor should learn. It was the moment he shifted from Ben Graham's cigar butt approach, buying mediocre companies at a bargain basement price for a quick profit, to the modern economic moat strategy. The ultimate takeaway is clear. Don't just look for cheap stocks. Look for high-quality businesses with a durable competitive advantage that you can hold for the long term. This shift from price tag thinking to quality seeking was fundamental to Buffett's extraordinary success. What are your thoughts on the FIRE movement? Is financial independence a goal you're working towards? Let's chat in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video.